A few weeks ago, we discussed Castform and why there was no Sandform Castform, and it got me thinking about one of my takes on the matter. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and Castform is a Pokemon that I have been interested in recently as I keep asking questions about it. Like, why there's no Sandform Castform, for instance. Now, I did a video on that a few weeks ago where I theorized that the desert in Hoenn is a little bit too harsh for studying Castform as one of my outtakes, and thus not allowing Sandform Castform to be officially discovered. I also mentioned that Castform also resides in the Ore region, as we see it in Fennec City in Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I do still question that as a possibility, well, if we choose to ignore that Castform is based on a water molecule, that is, and we substitute Castform as a Pokemon that is solely based on weather conditions, and that can include anything that is outside of rain, so sand would be included in this. But what if I told you that sand isn't the only form of weather that Castform doesn't have a form for? Exclusive to Pokemon XD is another type of weather known as Shadow Sky. It is a move known by some Shadow Pokemon in the game, and this essentially works in the same way that Hail does, damaging Pokemon that aren't Shadow Pokemon instead of Pokemon that are Ice type. But all the rest of the mechanics are exactly the same. Something that could be included and added to Colosseum and XD in their sequels or remakes could be the inclusion of this as an actual weather condition that Team Snag'em or Team Cypher uses to try to take over the world. And they could introduce Shadow Form Castform. The massive issue with this is Castform is becoming a Shadow Pokemon every time Shadow Sky hits the field. This could be fixed with a Castform exclusive item called the Water Purifier, which essentially purifies Castform when it's used, so that way you don't have to keep running back to the relic to keep purifying Castform every time you get hit with the Shadow Sky. It's funny to look at this since Team Snag'em Snaddle, one of their admins, actually has a Castform on his team when you go to face him in his Shadow Lunatone, which can use Shadow Sky to set up the weather. When Castform uses Weather Ball, it also is changed to the Shadow type, or in the case of the games, question mark, under Shadow Sky, and is boosted like every other weather condition. I would really like to see this becoming an actual weather condition and something they use in the remakes if they decide to do it. Now, I've had a lot of experience using different weathers, and having a Shadow Weather would create a really cool dynamic of having Shadow Pokemon exist in a place where, you know, they could be good in Shadow Weather. They could have things like Swift Swim, but Shadow Swim, so they're faster in the Shadow Weather, or something along those lines, to just make them more powerful, more aggressive, and just to take advantage of weather being such a big facet of Pokemon nowadays, especially in the competitive scene. I do think that this could be a possibility if Game Freak thinks about it, that we get some sort of extension to Colosseum and XD, whether that be a remake of the original games, a sequel to the games with updated mechanics in Generation 8 Pokemon or Generation 9 Pokemon, or whenever they decide to release it, or maybe even just as a mechanic used in the main series game by the Evil Team, where they create Shadow Pokemon, and that's sort of what you're trying to stop. So they take the premise of the Shadow Pokemon from Colosseum and XD and put that into a main series Pokemon game, where that's the premise of the Evil Team using Shadow Pokemon to take over the world. Imagine having a team of Shadow Pokemon in the Shadow Weather condition as an Evil Team boss. It would be freaking sick, and I think it should happen. I know this was a short video, but thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of Shadow Castform and Shadow Sky as a weather condition in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon content from me. It really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate all the support you guys can give me. Thank you for watching, and until next time, my name is Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.